Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today I want to talk about aging. I know, weird fucking thing to get into here, but hear me out. I have been doing YouTube now in some way, form, or shape since 2011. I know this channel's only been around since 2018, but I had multiple channels and ventures prior to that. That account and everything ended up getting terminated because of bullshit copyright laws, but not going to get into that. Point is, I've been doing YouTube here for like a decade and a half practically. And there's a point where you really have to think about that. Because, like, 2011, when I started this, I was just out of high school. And I started doing YouTube for fun. And it wasn't reaction stuff right away. I did a lot more review stuff and whatnot. And I wasn't really sure if I was going to make a big thing of this. As time went along, I started to expand upon that more, and it did become more of, you could say, a passion of mine. And even now in 2025, even though obviously with this channel that we've still had since 2018, still don't have a lot of subscribers, still don't have a lot to really show for it, but I'm enjoying it. It's something that I still do have that passion for. And I think a lot of the lack of subscribers and whatnot comes from the inconsistencies on the channel. If you're newer to the channel, you may have started to notice this, but if you haven't, you can look through a lot of older stuff and may notice a bunch of different thumbnail designs. You may notice, if you've been here for a while, that the channel banner and branding has changed a couple times. You may notice that my on-screen reactions look different. I've changed how I organize that and whatnot. And various things like that. I've even changed up the schedule and how the schedule works. And sometimes we've even worked without like a set schedule. Just react to whatever I want when I want to react to it. And the reasons for these inconsistencies, there's a few of them. From stuff like my autism, just making me unable to stick with something for too long before it starts to bother me. But one reason that I've definitely kind of consistently been inconsistent is burnout, or rather trying to avoid it. See, there's a lot of YouTubers who do this for so long that they start to get burnt out on it, whether it be reactions, streaming, or whatever else. And I've been trying to avoid that literally the entire time I've been on YouTube. I wanted to avoid reaching that point where I didn't want to do this anymore, where it started to become more of a chore. And so my natural inconsistency through just how I am has helped with that. By changing things up every so often, it allows me to really feel like it's fresh again. And that's even why, like, with some shows, I'll take breaks, like, in the middle of the season, and come back to it again later, because it helps me from becoming too sick of the show by watching too much of it in one go. And I know that a lot of reactors don't do it this way. And I know that kind of sets me apart, and not necessarily always in a good way. But I feel like it's important. See, as I've gotten older, I've taken a lot more notice of my mental health. And I've started to learn my limits. Because I'm 33 currently. I'm not getting any younger here. I'm well into adulthood. It's at that point where I really have to start thinking about stuff like that. Mind you, everyone should be always thinking about their mental health and being just ready to do whatever they can to make sure they address it when needed. But I'm definitely at that point where it's something I need to think about. And sometimes this channel is good for my mental health, and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm reacting to. And it's it's one of those things where I see all these other reactors around me who I've watched for years slowly dying out. They're either like their channels are becoming less and less consistent with uploads, they're just stopping uploads altogether, etc., etc. And I kind of wonder at times if maybe it would be better for me to just watch stuff on my own and stop trying to do this. It's clearly not working. I clearly can't make a job out of it. But then I see comments and Discord messages and just a lot of support and love from all of you. And I see a lot of you like talking about how you're really enjoying my reactions to things. And even if there's very few of you, even if it's just a small amount of people, it still makes me feel very, very good and allows me to like keep going. And so I feel like I want to keep doing this. I don't want to stop. We're not going to stop. So you don't have to worry about that. This is not some kind of video where I'm announcing we're going to be stopping reactions or anything. No. This is something I enjoy doing and that I'm not burnt out on at all. It's just something that's been on my mind lately. And it kind of comes into, since I'm not going to stop reacting, should I change things up again with the schedule to kind of address these feelings that I have been having lately? And I'm going to give this some more thought. I wanted to make this video to let you guys know that this was a like pretty strong enough possibility of happening in the near future. I don't know exactly when. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm not going to say anything right now. And I'm not even going to say how I would change the schedule right now. There's a lot of different ways I could do it. There's a lot of different options. And I've even been thinking of some like more unique options, trying out some different formats than what I even used to. But I'm going to give it a lot more thought before I make a decision. I wanted to let you guys know about all this, just so you guys were prepared. I didn't want to blindside you with this like weeks or whatever into the future. It's like, oh, by the way, we're having this weird new schedule change. I wanted to give you warning that this kind of thing is going through my head. And something might be changing. I don't know, again, how. I don't know in what way. I don't know if it means I'm going to be cutting certain days down to one reaction a day. I don't know if it means I'm going to be changing up how I do movie reactions. I don't know. For now, though, I will say that the end of the month movie weeks are staying the same. That's not changing anytime just soon. Because I actually really like doing that. But as for like show reactions mostly, I feel like I do need to change it up a bit, but I'm not sure how yet. So I'll keep you updated, and I might even have the updates mostly be through Discord. If you're not on the Discord server already, there's a link in the description below. We chat about all kinds of geeky stuff and just hang out mostly. It's not serious at all. But yeah, I might leave updates there. But I'll probably, if I do change the schedule to any notable degree, I'll obviously make a video about it. But like I said, I wanted to have this update to keep you all in the loop and make sure you understand that, yeah, nothing is changing in terms of me doing this content. That's going to keep going. It's just a matter of how I'm going to do it in the future. And I'll say right now as well that if and when this change happens, it's not going to be like right like away. I don't see it happening before next month. I'll leave it at that. And I'm not even going to guarantee it's going to be right away next month in August. It could be September. I don't know. It could be even further down the line. Like I said, I'm going to give it a lot more thought. I'm going to figure myself out with it. It's just with things growing with me growing older, with things changing, I want to kind of keep changing along with them. And I'm at a point where I might need to adjust things again and figure things out. So, thank you so much for understanding. Like I said, right now everything's remaining the same as it is, but I'll keep you updated. As always, Discord is where a good amount of updates come anyway. So check there. Join the Discord if you're not there already. And I thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.